Hey everybody, how are you? Chad Thibodeau. Hey, what I thought I would do today is so we've got this really cool trial going on with Night School, and I thought I would open the door uh, and let you guys see inside there exactly what we do and what we teach inside of Night School. So we're getting ready to release a brand new core curriculum in there, basically called List Building Pro. It's basically how to use content to build a tribe, attract your ideal client, and then use that content to move people from your Facebook like this, or from your Instagram, or from your TikTok, and move them into your inbox. And so, what I thought I would do today is I'm in the process of filming this, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go on Facebook Live and I'm going to film one of the trainings on here live so you can just see exactly what we do. And I'll show you the workbook that we have for this, okay? So if you were to come here, we put together a workbook. Let me come back to the beginning here so you can see this. We put the work. It's called the Daily Content Hub, and this is basically, if you know what to say, that's the hardest part of it. And so I put a training together called the Daily Content Hub. It's part of our List Building Pro series, so you always know what to say. And so let me just jump in here so you can see what's inside of it. And so the first part of this training is called Attracting a Tribe, and I'm going to teach on this in just a minute. So hang on, I'm going to show you this exactly. And so we're going to teach about the blue ocean, the red ocean, and how you don't want either one of those, how you want to build your own little pond. And then we're going to show you the GDP of business building, right? So the groups, database, pages, and profiles. How do you actually build your bottom line? I'll show you that here in just a little bit. And then we talk about how content should always attract and repel. We'll show you how to do that. There's phases of business building, right? So it's called Get, Follow, Learn, Trust, Buyer, or the Curious, the Cautious, the Clan, the Commit, and the Cause. We're going to show you the different types of tribe building. And then there's three things that you want to do. You want to be able to build your money list, engage your money list, and monetize your money list. And so inside the program, we show you exactly how to do this. My book is getting a little funny. And then we'll go here and we'll show you how to create signature content, because that's super important. We even talk to you about, like, when you're doing talks like this, how do you do talks? Like, I've got an entire structure of exactly how you do this. We talk about three different types of traffic: traffic you own, or traffic you don't own, traffic you do own, and traffic that you control. We talk about establishing what we call the teacher-student relationship, which is probably the biggest psychological impact that you can make. We come in and we show you how to create your very own signature content. We show you how to do your talk. And then we put it in what we call the Content Hub framework. And I show you how to break this down so you figure out exactly what you know, and you figure out, okay, how can I teach this? And so this is all inside of what we're filming inside of Night School, inside the List Builder Pro. And I just want to show you behind the scene of exactly what we do. We show you how to publish your content, how often you should publish. We use the 10-4-1 rule. Okay, so we show you what kind of content you should be publishing. We show you how to get content. We show you how to build your following based on other people's followings. We're going to show you all of that. We show you how to turn content into cash, right? The mindset of the content. And so once again, I'm going to teach a little bit of this today, not a lot, because this is probably 5 hours worth of training. I'm going to teach you a little bit in here this morning. We show you how to do a quick launch. Like, if I need money and I need money right now, like, how do I take a piece of content, signature content I'm doing, and move it into the bottom line? So those are things that we're going to be teaching inside of List Builder Pro. I wanted to just show you the little workbook that we have inside just that one little course, and of course that's just a fraction of everything that's in there. Today, we just released day 2 of our 10K in 10 days challenge, which happens to be all about messaging. And so that's why I wanted to show you this in here. Tomorrow, we're going to show you how to take those messages and turn them into cash inside the 10K in 10 days. So just real quick, before I get into the training, I want to just encourage you guys to jump in and get a free trial of Night School. It's only $99 right now. It is going up to $297. Okay, FYI, and it's totally worth it when you see everything that's in there. So here's basically what's the rundown, and then I'm going to jump into the training. So the rundown is every morning you wake up and we have what's called Daily Fuel in there, where every day I record something to motivate you and encourage you to be able to just get through the day. They're typically 90 seconds to 3 minutes long, somewhere in that range, is something to encourage you to get your mind right. Then every Monday morning, I'm going on live, and I'm teaching something new and something different. And then I'm mentoring you. You can ask specific questions, and I'll give you specific answers. Every Tuesday and Thursday, whether you need it in the daytime or you need it at nighttime, we have a live coaching with John. John goes in there, and he puts you on a coaching pod, and he comes in, and he teaches you a little bit, and then you break things down. You hold each other accountable to make sure that you're getting to the next step. It's probably one of the most fascinating, important features in the entire program. You get that live. I have curriculum in there, my Core 4+1, the pointer system, what I'm going to be showing you now, the List Builder Pro. We have the Stupidly Irresistible Offer Lab, where we show you how to do that. It's basically my 7-step pointer system. We have we're building a course curriculum for every single one of those. We have daily experts, people to help you figure out if you're going to run ads or write content or do your funnels. That is inside of the thing. I'm always coming up with really cool ideas, and we're leveraging it in there. We have a place called Open Mic. So if you're good at something, you want to teach something, we give you a place to teach it, and then you have an audience that will listen to you and watch your teaching and training, give you feedback on it. So before you go public, you can get some really good feedback. It's just an awesome program, and it's $97 a month. That doesn't even include, you get our white labeled version of GHL. Okay, you get our white label version of GHL inside of Night School, so you can do everything. Plus, I built my very own CRM specifically for coaches, just people, you and I, because GHL is great. It's a wonderful tool, but it's so complicated. It's got so many things in there. It's a little bit overwhelming. So I wanted something relatively simple. We should be spending 70% of our day doing money-making activities, and this helps you track it. So I break it down into the 9 money-making activities that you could do every day, and you can set goals. You can track it. You can follow up with all your clients. So we got a place for all your clients to go in there. You can see the progress that they're making. You can check in with them every day. It'll keep track of all that for you. You can even put your products in there. You can even sell them your products straight from the CRM. It's just a dynamite program, and it's only for people in Night School. It's called Archer, and right now it will go public because that's going to be a big piece of my future. But it's inside of Night School right now, and you get all of that for $99 a month. Just to put this in perspective, we put in there when I used to work for another company, they had a $16,000 coaching program that was only 12 weeks. We took everything that we used to do in there, put inside a Night School, plus tons more, and it's $99 a month. In fact, we have somebody that used to be in that coaching program that came in, and he's like, God, Chad, please tell me you're going to charge at least $2,000 a month for this. I'm like, nope, we're going to keep it low because we're going to try to go wide. And so I'm going to be teaching you here real quick the Daily Content Hub. And I'm not going to get into all of it, but I'm just going to get into a little piece of it so you can see exactly what we're doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch my breath real quick, and I'm going to pause because we're going to be actually using this inside the program. And so I'm going to pause, catch my breath real quick, and then I'm going to jump right in to the training so we have that. So here we go. All right, everybody, well, welcome back to List Builder Pro. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be jumping in, and we're going to be helping you figure out how to organize your content so you always know what to say. Now, once again, if you haven't downloaded the workbook yet, you can go ahead and download the workbook so you can follow along and you can have this. But in this particular session, I want you to come all the way to this piece of the workbook. It's called the Content Hub Framework. So now, what we did before, what we've been working on, is you've basically taken your entire program and you broke it down into signature content. If you remember, this is the training. This is how you deliver that signature content to the masses and to the public. But like, what do you say? Because that's always the hardest thing of what to say. So you got your signature content. You know how to deliver your signature content. So now what do you do? What do you do to organize yourself so you have it? So we put this thing called the Content Hub Framework, where you can put your stuff in there. And this is basically what you do. Step number 1, you're going to create a talk for each point in your signature pathway. Number 2, you're going to dissect your talk into several micro points of discussion. I'm going to show you some examples. And 3, you're going to go live, or you're going to go inside your group, and you're going to teach those points until you perfect them into a signature talk. So I'm going to open up my screen here, and I'm going to grab my iPad, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. Okay, so we're gonna pick an example. So this is a training that I did not too long ago called the 7 daily money making activities for coaches. It was just a talk. Well, how did I come up with that? So what we do inside of our hub, we're just going to call this the hub. Okay, what I do inside the hub is I take my big ideas. So let's just say that I have 8 of them. Okay, so that there's 8 pillars inside my program. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pillars and I'm going to put them out like this. So let's just say that one of my pillars is MMA, which is money making activities. Let's just say that that's one of my pillars, okay, that I'm going to be teaching in my program. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here and then I'm going to ask myself, what do I know about creating money making activities? And I'm literally just going to reach in the air and I'm going to pull a teaching point out that I would do, okay, that I would be teaching inside of like my module of money making activities. So like, let's just say that one of the things that I was going to teach in there was cold outbound. Okay, and let's say another one I was going to do was I was going to teach. Okay, well there's warm outbound, and let's say that okay there's something we probably should do ads, and let's say okay so maybe how about daily content. Okay, and let's say follow up. Okay, and let's say a micro offer. Okay, and let's say something else that they should be doing is proof. Okay, so let's just make these up. Okay, so let's say that inside of my money-making activities, I broke that down and said, okay, here's what I could teach inside of money-making activities. So I could take cold, okay? I could take cold traffic. So the first time you do this, what you're going to do, the first time you do this is you're going to go inside your workbook and you're going to take the Content Hub and you're going to make every step there the big one, okay? The big picture of what you're doing, right? So, like inside of Launch 90X, the first one is become an expert. So pathway step number 1 would become an expert. Step number 2 is build a list. Step number 3 is become an authority. Step number whatever. So I could have all my 7 steps. I could put them down, and then I could just put subtopics under every single one of them. So what I would know to do. But once I do that, like I know more information than that, right? So then what I would do is I would come here and I'm going to take a subtopic. So like this one here, pillar number 1 is money making activities. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that pillar now and I'm going to put it inside the hub. Okay. And then money making activities. Okay. Just like I did here. So I took that one step and I put it inside the hub. And then now what I can do is I can do this, right? So I can come here and I can, instead of the hub being here, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my one pillar and I'm going to move it into the middle and I'm going to say, what do I know about that? I know cold, I know warm, I know ads, I know daily content, I know follow-up, I know micro offer, I know proof, right? Okay, I know proof. Fantastic, right? So now what I've done is I could just come on and I could teach a full-blown thing on cold traffic. Okay, but if I wanted even more content, I could come here and I could put cold traffic inside the hub and say, okay, like, well, what do I know about cold traffic? Like, how do I know to do this, right? So maybe one thing with cold traffic that I want to do, which is a money-making activity. Okay, so maybe something with cold traffic is like I want to teach people with cold traffic, like I want to teach them, how to find them. Okay. Right, so I could come on and I could do a training. Hey guys, today what I would do is I want to show you guys how to do cold outreach. And one of the struggles you have with cold outreach is how do you find people to reach out to? So today's conversation is all about like how to find them, okay? Then let's say that something else that I know about cold traffic is not just, how to find them, but like, what do I say, right? So I'm going to call that icebreaker, right? So then a whole nother training I could do would be like, hey guys, today on today's talk, I'm going to show you, how, when you find your persons you want to reach out to, how do you break the ice, right? So I know icebreaker. Let's say something else that I know about cold traffic is, how to transition them, to your stuff, right? How do you do that? hey guys, today what I want to do is I want to talk with you about, like, when you find the person you want to speak to, okay, and then you break the ice with them, how do you move that light-hearted conversation to talking about what it is that you really want to talk about, which is you solving the problem, right? So what I could do with the Content Hub is I could come down and I could break this out into multiple things. So, like, how to find them, how to break the ice, how to transition to your stuff. I could talk about, like, how to keep them engaged, right? Because, like, you don't want to just talk with them, you want to keep them engaged. So I could do a whole talk on, like, how to keep them engaged, right? So then I could say something like, how to how to get them to the yes or no, right? To getting on a call. And then I could basically show you how to reply if they say no, right? Okay, so what I've done is in this one, like this one here, so we'll make this the hub. In the first hub that I did, this is your big thing, right? Whatever it is you're selling, okay, these are your modules, right? So, like, in Launch 90X, it's become an expert, okay, and then it's like build a list, it's, I can't even remember what they are, build a webinar, do your sales, whatever. I've got all these, so I'll put that in the big Content Hub, and then I'm going to move it to a smaller Content Hub, like where I'm going to take one of those pillars, I'm going to put it in the hub, and I'm going to ask myself, okay, what do I know about that, and I'll put that in the hub, and then from that I'll take one of my micros and I'll put it in here, and I'll break it down even further. Okay, so what this does is this gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of content around this right here, okay? And so this right here, I have 6, and I could, let's say I did 6 for this, 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 6 for this. Okay, that's 8. That's 48 pieces of content I have based upon one pillar. Okay, remember, like, one of my pillars here was money-making activities. One pillar of my main training. Okay, so what I do is to organize myself, I use ChatGPT to come in here, and I go into my Content Hub, I break down my pillars, I put them in the Content Hub, and then I'll go into ChatGPT and I'll ask it to ask me specific questions to brainstorm about, like, what I know about that, and then I'll say, give me some suggestions that can help me, and then it will give me suggestions. Then I'll take those suggestions, put them in, and say, based upon this, I put them in the Content Hub and give me 6 pieces of content based upon this right here. And then very easily, within an hour, I can have an entire year's worth of content created. Not the bones, but the idea, and I can have it inside my Content Hub, so I can organize myself. Now, you don't necessarily have to do an entire year. You may just want to do a month. Okay, what am I going to say this month? Because we really believe that if you're going to build your list, you're going to build your tribe, you're going to grow your pond, you're going to be able to create a group of people who know you, like you, trust you, follow you, like we've talked about in previous modules. Then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to know what to say. And because knowing what to say is the most difficult thing as a content creator. Saying it is easy. That's easy. But knowing what to say is the hard thing. And so what this does, what the Content Hub does, is it allows you to go in and take your modules, break it down one step, and then take that step and break it down another step. And that step right there, that's the meat. That's where all of your content lies. So what I'm going to do is inside the notes of the training here, is I'm going to put in a completed Content Hub. I'm going to put in my Content Hub just so you can see it, so you can see exactly how I organize my day. Inside of Night School, many of you guys know that every morning I get up and I do the daily hope fuel, right? Something to light your fire. Well, I don't just come up with that on the spot. Okay, I do it month by month. And so what I do is I'll come up with a theme or a concept or an idea. I put it inside a ChatGPT, okay, and then it will give me, let's say, if there's 4 weeks in a month, I want 4 different themes. So then I'll put the 4 themes in my Content Hub and ask myself, what do I know about that? And I'll start bullet pointing what I know about that. Then I'll go inside of ChatGPT and say, okay, here's what I'm thinking. Help me organize my thoughts. It'll organize my thoughts, and it will give me 31 days of content, okay? Then based upon that, I put it in a spreadsheet, and then my spreadsheet tells me what I'm going to be teaching every day, okay? And then I batch, okay, on Wednesday. So this morning, the time of this filming is Wednesday morning. So this morning I got up really early and I batched and I recorded all of next week's trainings inside of Daily Fuel. I did that today, and then I upload them, schedule them, so now they're ready to rock and roll. I do that very simply because I've got a content hub. I've organized my thoughts. So what I want you guys to do today is I want you to come in, because in the next module, we're going to show you how to publish it. But what I want you to do today is I want you to come in and take this the signature framework, the talk that you created. I want you to break it down into your content hub framework. And I want you to force yourself to do at least 6 bullet points, 6 micro points under every single one of your big pillars. Okay, so if you have 12 pillars and you got 6 points, that's 72 pieces of content. I'll show you how to use ChatGPT, and the prompt that we'll put inside the show notes is the exact prompt that I used to give into ChatGPT to ask me questions, because I want this to be for me. So then based upon the questions it asks me, it goes in and creates micro topics for me. Based upon those micro topics for me, then it can organize it in my own GPT. So you can see that down in the notes here, but this is your Content Hub framework. Your assignment today is to go and build your high level hub, break it down one step, and then break that down one more step. So I want you to have 3 levels of your content hub that should give you at least a month or 2 of content that you can use and get out to the masses, so we can take that content and move people into your pond and take them from the pond and move them into your bank account. We'll see you guys in the next training. All right, so that's an example of the type of training that you do. So that's one of the micro teachings that I do inside of Night School. That's going to be in our List Builder Pro, part of our Tribe 100, where we teach people how to find 100 people who know them, like them, trust them, follow them, and take that 100 people and turn it into $100,000. It's pretty awesome. You're going to love it. It's part of the core curriculum. That's an example of what you get inside of Night School. So we tell you all the time, Night School is not some, goofy, low level, this thing is packed. It's packed. It's even better than what I used to do in a $16,000 coaching program, and it's $99 a month. Now, once again, once I hit my first 24, we have 19 in there right now. Once I hit 24, it goes from $99 a month to $297 a month, and it should go that high because of everything that you get. Okay, but we got to make a living. Okay, so we're seeding it with critical mass right now. We're getting all of our content in. It's still it's a little bit in beta. We're still building all the stuff as we go. But then it's going to get to $297 because you can't get live training every single day with live experts who've built multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses. You can't get that kind of access and that kind of training for a little bit of money, but we allow you to have it for $99. So if you guys want a 7-day free trial inside of Night School, you'll see this. You'll see some of this that I just did. You'll see it in there within 24 to 48 hours. If you want a free 7-day trial, just put trial inside the comments here. I'll shoot you a link. You can click on it. It'll give you a free 7-day trial. You can get in there, kick around. You can go to a couple of the coaching pods. You can come to my Monday morning mentor on Monday. You can jump into the 10-day or 10K and 10-day challenge. We've already got day 1 and day 2, so you can go in there and get caught up on 10K and 10-day challenge. You can do all of this stuff. You can get our Daily Hope Fuel. You get my AI chat where you got me 24/7, 365. You can have access to the software Archer, so you can go in there and start tracking your daily activities every single day. It's ridiculous. Okay, it's ridiculous. It should be easily $1,000 to $2,000 a month. It's $99 a month. If you want a 7-day trial, try it out. Shoot me put the word trial or shoot me a DM. I'll give you a 7-day trial. You can jump in and you can take a look at it. Now, we're not going to be doing that trial very often. I've just got some AI stuff that I'm building right now, and it's getting a lot of traction. And so I thought I would use that to be able to get lots of eyeballs in it. So, but we typically don't do a 7-day trial. That's rare. And I don't know if I'm going to do it, 1 or 2 or 3 days. I won't do that very long because it's worth the money. And so if you guys want it, let me know. We'll see you guys very soon.